So your farming season's wrapped up. Now you got a little bit of downtime to relax. But what are some of the things you want to look at that you can analyze to help yourself get prepared for the next season so that it can be better than the last? We're going to sit down with my good buddy J.M. Fortier and talk about just that. That's coming up next on The Urban Farmer. All right, I'm here with my good buddy J.M. Fortier, the author of The Market Gardener, which is one of the best books out there as far as small-scale farming, besides mine, obviously. And so I want to ask a question here. It's winter time. We're on the road, but I want to ask you, J.M., what is the importance of downtime? And you talk about it a lot in your book about why it's important for farmers to have downtime and time off in the winter.
Yeah, well, I think that first of all, our work is hard work, and it's just you give it all your best throughout every day. But there's a point in time when I think you need to rest your body, but also you need to kind of regroup yourself, refocus, and have like somewhat of a break to think about other stuff, so that you can approach the new season in like a fresh way. So that's like one thing.
Yeah.
But even more importantly, I think you need to have a lot of time to plan the season ahead of time.
Yeah, exactly. And what does that look for you when you're wrapping up your season near the end? What are some of the things you're looking at? I mean, obviously you're going to take some time off right away.
Yeah.
But what are some of the things that you're looking at that happened the previous year, and like how do you approach doing that? Kind of looking at that information.
Okay, so first of all, we took notes throughout the season. And we had a previous game plan of what we were wanting to achieve, and so we had the game plan, and then the season unwinded, and we took notes of things that actually didn't work out the way it was planned.
Yeah.
And so we need to take a break, like you said, refresh, and then we're ready to make another plan for the next year. It goes with the crop planning calendar. We look at the financial objectives of the season. We look at where our market opportunities are, where we want to sell, to whom, what we want to produce. But then actually we look at our notes and say, okay, last year we had this that didn't work. We had too many beets at that time. We had not enough radishes for the markets in June. And that's the starting point for the new plan that we make.
Yeah.
And when we make that plan, it takes us about a week, and we go through the crop planning motions, so financial objectives, determining production from then, establishing the crop planning calendar, and making the actual plan of the farm. But we also think about all the details that we put in our calendar. Insects, when are they coming out?
Yeah.
And we put that in the calendar as reminders.
Yeah.
If there's specific fertilizing needs to happen, we put that. If there's anything that we think about ahead of time, we put it in the game plan.
Yeah.
And so what happens is that when we're working out in the fields, we're not thinking about any of that.
That's right.
We're just following a plan.
Yeah.
And it doesn't always go according to it, but at least we have something to follow.
Yeah, and so, one more thing is, when does that usually happen for you guys? So it takes you a week now, so there's kind of two questions in here. One is, when do you start to actually do that plan? Is it maybe in January? And when you started, how long did it take you back then to do those plans than it does today?
Yeah, so one thing about my farm, it's pretty capped because of the size, the land constraint. So we're not expanding the farm every year, we're just refining what we're doing. So now the crop planning motion doesn't take us more than a couple of days, and we do the seed order also. But at first, it would take us perhaps a full week or perhaps 4 days, and you really want to have focused and concentrated days, because if you space out and you make the plan, then it's not going to work. The outcome's not going to work. So you really need to be focused. And ideally, you would be coming back from Bali and having being massaged for a few weeks and swimming in the ocean and just. But the reality was that we took like a week or two off, cut firewood, be outside in the forest, and then we would really take on the challenge of doing that, like a full day's work.
Right.
We try to do it like a 9 to 3
Planning and
planning,
okay, yeah.
and you know, you're buying all your gear,
Yeah.
all of your supply, because man, in the summer it's not a good time to
No.
go hunting for row covers.
Exactly.
You're fucking busy.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
So you know, I can't overstate it enough. I think it's a big part of our success, and the more you
Yep.
can get into it, the better it is for you.
That's great advice. So if you guys want to learn more about JM, you can go to themarketgardener.com. From there, you can find all of his links to social media. So if you want to see more videos like this, please like and share them with your friends and subscribe to this channel, and we'll talk to you soon.
Cheers.